when you put on the clamp. Then I will give you a screwdriver and baggie. This was counted by students. Students don't count very well, so make sure you have 2 hinges and 8 screws. Put on the hinges, see if the holes line up. If the holes line up, then you're able to put in all the screws. So, if you look at this one, Kuhn did a very good job. They all line up. If they don't line up, put in the screws that line up, then come see me. When you put the screws in, if you screw like this, it's very hard to do it because the screwdriver keeps falling off the screw. What you want to do is hold it with your left hand so the screwdriver stays on the screw and it goes in a lot faster. You close it and all the sides should line up pretty close. A little off, very good. A tiny bit off, a little off. Tiny bit off. So what the next step is, you want to sand all the sides even with a sanding block except for this side. If you sand this side with a sanding block, you're going to sand over the hinges, and if you have a space here, it's going to make that space larger. Sand this side until there is no bump. Sand this side until there is no bump. Sand this side until there is no bump. Sand this side with a rolled up sandpaper. A lot of people are going to do this wrong, so make sure you roll it up. When you sand, you just want to sand this area. You do not want to sand those 2 areas. So you just sand this until you don't feel a bump. Don't sand over the hinges. If you sand over the hinges, you're going to turn your gold hinges into silver. To sand the top, what we're doing is we won't want a bump in between the 2 sides of the checkerboard, and we also want to get all the pencils out. So you put it in the vise. Make sure when you do this step you sand with the grain. So you're going to sand all the pencil marks off. Sand so you don't have a bump. Then your checkerboard is done once all the sides are even.